Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I am building what I think I'm going to be calling a budget family home. Basically, I often build not keeping in mind the price of something unless I'm doing specifically a starter home. And I thought today it would be fun to create a 3-bedroom home that is under 35,000 simoleons, so that it should be relatively affordable pretty early on in your gameplay if you don't like money cheats. And I went back and forth about where I wanted to create this, but I decided to build in the world of Oasis Springs because I don't build here that often, and I was kind of wanting to do something a little bit mid-century inspired. You can see that currently with the roof situation. I don't end up keeping that sort of roof. We're changing it up now because I wasn't happy with it, but I do still keep a couple of the elements that I associate with that style, the windows, the door, the fencing that I'm using on this lot, and I really love how this build comes out. It is just under 35k. It's like 34,000 and something. I think you'll have a few hundred simoleons left if you started with 35k. And as I had mentioned, it does have 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and it's on a pretty good sized lot, so you could definitely expand this house if you needed more room or get a nice backyard and add a pool and all of that sort of stuff. I feel like you could really grow a Sims family on this lot. So hopefully you enjoy it. If you do and you'd like to download this build, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find that info in the description down below as well. But yeah, this is pretty much the shape I went for in this build, working on some landscaping now. And you can see I sort of have it planned out to have a driveway leading up to a garage. I do end up changing out those windows for regular windows and not having a garage there because I really wanted it to be a bedroom. I wanted to make sure we could utilize all of this space. If I wasn't going on a budget, I probably would have made that a garage, or if I didn't want 3 bedrooms, you could have that as like a skill building space and put like garage like items in there, but I did end up swapping them out for regular windows and having that as one of the bedrooms in this space, which I think worked out better and was probably a better use of the space anyway. But basically you walk into the kitchen. We're working on the floor plan now. I just wanted to see if it would work over here, the kitchen, before I laid out all of the walls and planned everything else out. I will be coming in here and changing the layout a little bit and playing around with the colors, but that is generally where I put that. And I do have to extend some of the walls to figure out this floor plan. It actually takes me a really long time to figure out. I did struggle with this one, and I did build this over on Twitch first, so you might have gotten to see that struggle live. So I did cut out some of that footage, but it came together in the end, and I think it's a pretty good size house. There are 2 small bedrooms and then 1 primary suite, which is not that big. It's just slightly bigger than the other bedrooms, but I feel like it's a comfortable size, and I was quite happy with it. Working with a budget I found to be kind of fun in this build instead of just doing a starter home where you're very limited with 20,000 simoleons. Having the concept of a price and the amount of bedrooms I thought was really refreshing, because there is the challenging aspect of making it all look nice with the limited budget, but you're still able to decorate a decent amount. I really enjoyed it. So let me know if there's more of these you would like to see, if there's a specific budget or size of home or things like that. I know every once in a while I'll get comments asking for a very specific family, which is, I rarely do those, but if you have any ideas that you would like to see, do let me know, because I think it's a fun challenge to kind of figure it all out. I'm also thinking about sometime soon doing some more builds for my Reno Me Gryphi series. If you don't know what that is, it's basically I have a hashtag on the gallery. You can upload houses that you'd like to see me renovate, whether that's something you were just struggling with the layout or you purposefully made something that's destroyed and you want to see how I'd fix it up. I've done a few of them on the channel and I haven't in a while, so I was thinking about that recently. Actually, while I was trying to fall asleep last night, I was just like thinking about build ideas, and I was like, I haven't done that in a while, so I'm thinking about doing that again sometime soon. So if you would like to upload a build to the gallery, I believe the hashtag is just Reno Me Gryphi. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'll put it in the description. But that was always a really fun series. And anyway, on the outside of this build now, I'm adding these little awnings. I just thought they were cute. And I often see houses around where I live with those, and I'm just like, I don't really understand. Because in real life I don't like them, but I thought it was fun in The Sims, probably because I think it's realistic, because it's something I see in real life. So I quite enjoyed adding those to this build just because it was a little bit of something different than my typical building. And then we're figuring out the floor plan a little bit more and figuring out the tiles and the wood flooring. I had a table and chairs there for a moment just to like symbolize. That's where I was thinking of putting a dining space, but I deleted those quickly. They were not even matching. I just grabbed something random. And then we're just extending the kitchen a little bit here to add some more storage space. And I also have an island in the kitchen. I think it's really nice for a inexpensive kitchen. I will be actually changing the swatches though to be much more outdated of colors. They end up being like orange and brown. And I love that about this house. I feel like it's a really nice house, but some of the things are a little bit older. But that's what you get for the budget of $35K. It's a cute home. There's nothing wrong with it. And the decorations I put in here are minimal, as in like I don't have a lot of clutter, but everything still feels fully decorated, if that makes sense. Because I was thinking this was a home like ready to be moved into, probably more like a show home, but they try and insert a little bit of personality into like kids' rooms. So you'll see that in the space, but it doesn't have a ton of clutter. I feel like this is a home you could easily just have your Sims move into and change a couple swatches or change out a bed, and it will be ready for your Sims to enjoy. So that's what I was going for. And here I am changing the swatches in the kitchen, or starting to look at the different swatches. I really wasn't sure yet, but first I wanted to get some chairs at this table. This is a new table that came with the Growing Together pack, and I actually paired it with the chairs that came with that as well. They were pretty cheap, so I thought that I could use those here because I thought that they looked nice. I ended up only going for 4 chairs though, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I did keep the 6. I thought about rotating it and having it like lean against the wall. But moving into the living room, I originally wanted to use this base game couch in like earthy colors, but I felt like it was too big for the space, so I ended up going for 2 of the nifty knitting ones instead. And then I'm adding some fun rugs into this space. This one is from Get Famous, and I think the other one I used is from Strangerville. I just really wanted to play around with some fun patterns in this space, and I recently remembered that this rug from Strangerville existed, and I thought it was so pretty. I thought I was going to use them in the bedrooms as well, and I don't. I didn't think they worked with how I wanted to decorate the bedrooms when I got to that space, so I ended up getting rid of those, but just adding some curtains here in the living room. I ended up going with these ones because they're pretty cheap. I think those are the ones from Eco Lifestyle, and they brought in the yellow that is on the rug, so I really enjoyed that. And then I just got a stand for the TV and a couple more windows, and I ended up actually swapping some stuff out and using this coffee table from the Basement Treasures kit. I think it's actually a really pretty coffee table. Most of the swatches are pretty worn down, but it's still a really nice piece. I love the style of it. So I decided to add that in here, and then just got a little plant in the corner. Here we are finally changing the swatches in the kitchen. It looks so much more dated, but I love it so much. And then I needed to get some chairs on the island. And one thing that I really felt pulled this whole kitchen together, which I should be doing here shortly, is I added blinds to the windows, and I used like, regular blinds, but I scaled them down so they fit across those windows better. You'll see it here shortly, and I just feel like it made this kitchen look so much more realistic, and something about it just made me really happy. I'm really proud of this kitchen, even though it's really simple. There's not like a whole lot to it. I didn't end up using these blinds. I ended up using, I think the ones I used are from Base Game. No, they are from Get to Work. So I ended up using these and scaling them down and raising them up. And something about it I just really, really enjoyed in this space. It just adds that little bit of extra detail that I thought looked really cool. Let me know if you agree on that or if you don't like the blinds, but I just really liked them in this space. And then that's pretty much it for the kitchen. I believe we just get some paintings over here. We also have our temperature control and our fire alarm over there. And then I'm just getting some artwork over here by the dining space. I end up using the wood like wall pieces from Eco Lifestyle, or are they from Eco Lifestyle? Yeah, they are. Over here, I don't use these very often, but I think they look really pretty, so I was quite happy with that. And then just got a lamp above there, or a pendant. And moving into the primary bedroom, I used corner windows here as well. That was something I really enjoyed in this build, is having windows like wrap around corners of rooms. I have it in the kitchen space and also in the primary bedroom. And I opted for a cheap bed because we are on a budget. So this is one from City Living. It's not the like destroyed one though. It's the slightly nicer version, but I thought it looked quite nice in here, and it's like a really peaceful room. And just getting some artwork. A lot of the artwork is stuff that's actually kind of expensive, so if you needed to get some money back, you could probably get rid of some of the artwork I chose in here, but I was trying to still fully decorate the space given the budget, so I made some decisions that were a little bit pricey. Anyway, moving into the bedrooms now, I decided one of them was going to be a nursery for an infant. It just sounded like a cute idea. I kind of had the vague idea that maybe these Sims had a teenager and then unexpectedly had another baby, and they lived someplace that wasn't big enough, so they decided to move into a 3-bedroom house so that they could have a bedroom for the baby. And so that was the idea here. So decorating this space for a little infant, and then the teenager's room is actually really pretty. It's simple because, like I said, not too much clutter, but I ended up using a rug in the teenager's room that isn't one that I've ever used a swatch of before, and I love it. And it makes me want to use it more prominently in a space like this one with the hearts on it. This is from the high school years pack, and it is so pretty. I really want to build some sort of, maybe like an apartment where I can have more vibrant colors going around and decorate with this rug in mind. So if you have any ideas that you would like to see, like any kind of like design style that this rug could work with, do let me know, because I would be so interested in doing that. I think that could be a lot of fun. So that is something on my to-do list vaguely, and it should be a good time. But anyway, just getting some posters in here, and I believe we get a little board over here so they could keep track of their schedule and stuff for school. And then I also got the fun mirror that came with high school years over in the corner. So it's still fully decorated in there, but it's not super over the top. It doesn't have a ton of clutter. And then we're outside working on some landscaping, just getting some trees. I'm pretty sure I just used Show Live Edit objects outside, so we weren't using any additional budget on that. And then I used some fencing here to, section off the driveway a little bit. I thought about having this car, but I felt like it hid the design of the house more than I wanted it to. And then I also added a swing set out back. I thought that could be cute. And then working on some landscaping, getting all sorts of flowers and stuff around. I kept it fairly minimal because we are in the desert, but I did look around and pick out some plants that I was seeing off lot and combine them with a couple of other things just to make the space feel nice and inviting and like it blended into its environment. So I do that, and then I should be getting rid of that truck. I also changed the color of these awnings, and I add a bike outside instead. I was thinking the teenager had a bike. Thought it was a cute idea anyway. And then I'm just changing out the tile here. I originally just put down the free concrete, so that way, in case I didn't have the budget, we had the driveway, but it didn't cost anything. But I decided to use this tile instead. I just thought it looked nice. And then just working on the backyard, which is just some more plants. And then we should be heading on into screenshots. That is pretty much it for this build. I really like how it came out. I hope you do too. If you did like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Just finishing up the backyard here. Got a couple of planters, a nice place to sit down and enjoy the barbecue, and then we'll be heading on into screenshots. Thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy the screenshots, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.